Yeah.
Studio Magic.
And there we go with 6B. If we look at the schedule of the results, 16 tournaments already winning 1-0 over Smoker Rockers or Smoker Rockers.
Rockers. Yes,
Yeah.
that was the Dwarfs versus the Orcs, and the interesting stat line for that game, you got 42 tackles for the Dwarfs and just 25 for the Orcs, so got outblocked.
Yeah. We do get a
The
level
Dwarfs
up.
will do that.
Yeah. We do get a level up for Mr. Tukava the Thrower, who is plus
Yes.
8G already, so could be nice in what he got. And Zonram the Longbeard getting the MVP. One death for the Orcs though. And if we look here, 3 SPP for Dai, 1 for Sakuro, and 2 for Lockhorn. I mean, Tuvok got 6, probably a pass. Yes, probably just a Vanti pass. So yes, quite not very exciting game, but what do you expect if dwarves are involved?
Exactly.
Yeah. So moving on to Garashmosh versus Lizards from Dimension X. The Lizards winning 2-0. I did cast this game. I was promised lots and lots of thrown Globnars. Yes, I mean, I got cash.
Uh-oh. You don't sound very happy, so I'm guessing the number is probably lower than what you wanted.
I got 1 in turn 15, if I
One?
remember correctly.
Oh.
I was very disappointed.
I mean, you don't have to do it every turn, but every other turn? Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe he was running out of Noblars to throw, though. I see that we had 6 of them removed that game.
Yeah, but yeah.
So maybe you need to throw them before they get removed.
Yes.
Your opponents can't remove them if you're removing them yourself.
Yes.
You're also denying them with the SPP too. It's very strategic.
Yeah. And they do get a level up on Garage Bios, and Reptilian Black Hole gets the MVP. But for the Ogres, that was the only SPP they got with the MVP, while the Lizards got 3 on Invader, 2 for Saurus Moon, 4 for Lizard Star, 3 for Comet, and 2 for Overlord Reptile.
That is what you call an SPP handout.
Yes, that's what you get when you inflict 6 casualties. Yeah, so good game for the Lizards.
Moving on to Fear the Walking Bread versus Mad Commando. That's a very, very Nurgle scoreline there.
Yes, and if you look, no level ups from AVPs, and yeah, we only had 2 casualties in that game, so pretty 6 KOs though, but yeah, nothing that interesting. 2 for Bravo Superior and 2 for Bravo Lodkust. That butchered that one. Yeah, nothing exciting, but it was Nurgle versus Necro, so what do you expect? Or was it undead? I can't remember. Probably undead. Yeah. Next we have
is Necro.
Okay, Necro. Next we had Infam losing 1-2 versus Hearts of Oak. And if you look here, that name, Blitzer getting his MVP, and a loner lineman getting the MVP for Hearts of Oak, so not that great there.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Looks like they were able to trade blows pretty evenly, though. I see some got the KOs on both sides.
Yeah. So if you look at this FSPP, 3 for that guy, 1 for that guy, and Hearts of Oak 5 for Xandril, 3 for Diafin, 3 for
Elf A, Elf B.
Yes. SPP on those names, figure it out yourself. That's all I'm saying. Next we have it's all dwarves, no AV, the dwarf team, Norse team losing 0-1 versus the orcs of Letter. And more.
Fan favorite Orcs of Letter.
You mean the cash favorite Orcs of Letter?
I mean, no, Ernest Hemingway's, he's developing a bit of a following. Ernest Hemingway, excuse me.
Yes, yes. I was about to say, what's wrong with you, man? Yeah.
And
So
it looks like the tall dwarfs lived up to their name for having no armor there and got properly beat up by the orcs.
yeah. Elfigaster got MVP, but he also picked up a MNG or Nigel, one of those two, I think. And Mork Twain got MVP. And if you look at the SPP, that guy got MVP. Scorn the Stalker got one. Edmund Raquel got one. Vladimir Nabo Ork got 2. Ernest Hemingway got 4. And Isaac Asimov got 5.
I guess I should say I'm more of a fan of just the player than the individual team. I mean, it's all about Ernest Hemingway.
Yes. Yeah, next we have
Girls' Generation versus the Leibovitzlobotomizers.
Yes.
And it looks like the Amazons just dominated the possession on that game.
Yep. We got MVP on Quan Yuri, the Blitzer, taking to a new level, and Al Johnson, Blitzer, got MVP, taking him to a new level. And if we look,
it's just a hard matchup for the humans before they get any tackle. It's a rough one.
Yep. And 8 SPP on the MVP there, 9 for Al Johnson, 1 for Korax, 2 for Perturbio. So the MVP actually went to the players that deserved it.
And they got some level. Yeah, the Amazons got to level up that game. No, yeah. They both did. Good.
Yep. Next, we had the Crusaders of Kaldor losing 0-2 to mutated meatballs. So High Elves losing to Dwarves 2-0. That is interesting.
What's even more interesting is the SPP spread for those elves for not having any touchdowns.
Yeah, that's quite bashing.
They were still able to find some SPP that game.
Yeah, 5 for that guy, 2 for that guy, 1 for that guy, 4 for that guy. I mean, 5 for lamb, 3 for ropes, 2 for wings, 2 beef, 3 rare. Sounds like a restaurant order or something.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't lose any elves either, so I mean it wasn't a win, but you got quite a bit of SPP and you didn't lose anybody, so
that's always good. Yeah. And then that was it for the week. Now if you look at Orcs of Litter, and we will see Ernest Hemingway on his way to getting his next level.
Actually, his way to his next level.
Yes, that's plus strength does help quite a bit.
He's a strong, independent blitzer, and he doesn't need an assist.
Yes. And Isaac Asimov, I think, getting tackle. And then Vladimir, no, he didn't get a level. The Troll's still on 0 SPP.
Yeah, I might not find many opportunities to throw any blitzes with that troll when you've got those good blitzers already. So
I don't think he's played any games if I look at his statistics.
Might be a new troll. Oh yeah, that is right.
Yeah.
That is right.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Soon to be bashing troll.
Yes, hopefully.
This team just got bashier.
Yeah, because that's what you want in an op team. Yeah. So.
And on the opposite side of the spectrum, we have the Hearts of Oak.
Yeah.
See how they're looking. Yep, that's pretty elfy. It's pretty elfy. A lot of dodge going on there.
Yeah.
See, 2 of those levels are new. That sidestep on the War Dancer up top there is new. And he got block on that level 3 lineman right there.
Yeah, and no stat busts or anything like that. I think he suffered a death because his team value is a bit lower, or he could have. I didn't go for stadium, so I think he might have suffered a death.
But we've got quite a few levels already for a team that's just like, 6 or 7 games deep so far.
Yeah. And next we have a Mad Commander, Vanogel, who were extremely boring. And if you look here.
Ooh, we doubled on the Pestigor. So we have Agility Dodge Pestigor. That's the new level up.
That's gonna be very fun to stop.
Now he's just gotta level him up again to get block.
Yeah. And I think Bill Ravel request got a Mighty Blow this week. If I remember correctly. And that is about it on the levels. He does have quite a few rotters dual level, but that's not the best thing in the world.
Yeah, maybe with that 4 agility Pestigor, he'll be able to start putting up some points. We might see a high-scoring Nurgle team.
What? That sounds pretty.
Maybe we'll get the draws up to 2-2.
Next we have Lizards from Dimension X. And they had... if we look here, they have a movement bust on a skink. I would probably get rid of him if I could afford to replace him.
But we also have a movement up on another skink this last game, so easy come, easy go.
Yeah. And if we look at... We gotta remember this game. White Scaled Dwarf boneheaded a lot. Like, a lot. I think like almost every turn.
If you can't handle big guys at their worst, you don't deserve them at their best.
Yeah. Saurus Moon also getting the block. I think Invader also, that sidestep is new, so we got a few level ups from this game.
Yeah, that was the SPP handout, so
yeah,
it's always nice to get the plus move skink out of that. He's one move buff away from being a natural one-turner just about.
Yeah. Next we have the 16 turns of Headache. And if we look here, I don't see any new levels.
It's hard to tell. All those dwarfs always look the same to me.
Yeah, the names don't help a lot because I can't remember saying them, so I don't remember they got SPP. It doesn't look like it. So they do have to.
We did level a blitzer. That guard is new on the blitzer.
Oh yeah, so he has free guard and piling on mighty blow. What was that? Is that piling on? Yes, it is. Ooh, I knew a skill. That's
the standard dwarf plan right there. Just put guard and mighty blow on everything.
Yeah, does have 200k in the bank, so might go for stadium. He already has free rerolls.
Death roller.
Because that's exciting for like 3 turns. And next we have.
It's about the only thing exciting about dwarfs.
Yeah. Next we have Garash Mosh, the ogre team.
I see we have 5 ogres now. I believe that was new.
Yes,
there were only 4 ogres at one point.
Yes, that is new. And if we look, his Goblins didn't take that much damage if you think about it, because he only has an MNG movement bust.
Yes, I think only one of those was a perm last game, only that one movement bust, so.
Yeah, so what's his excuse for not throwing more Globnars?
There is no excuse now, the roster's filled out.
Yeah, and he took break tackle, no piling on the ogre what got a level. Yeah, I think he spent all his money getting that new ogre, which I don't blame him, to be honest.
And they aren't cheap.
Yeah.
There's not much that is cheap about this team except for the Noblars.
Yeah, and he doesn't use him, so what's the point? So
Get to throw in Chopzuya. We want to see some airborne Noblars.
yeah. Next we have Fear the Walking Braid, Necro Team, and we have MNG on Buns of Steel.
It's gonna hurt to be missing a Flesh Golem.
Yes, and if I remember correctly, most of them, I don't think a lot of them got SPP in their game.
No, that was the 0-0 draw with Nurgle.
Yes, so
Exciting Nurgle gameplay.
yeah, as always. Yeah. And next we have Infam, the Breton team. I don't think the Breton team has won one game so far.
Look, oof. Yeah, he's the Frenzy team, now I remember.
Yeah. So MNG on blocker with guard. Yeah, I don't remember.
One of those guards is he just got strength up on that blocker. That is brand new as of last game, so it's a fun level up.
Yeah, I do think he bought something because his goal is a bit lower, not a stadium. Might have been.
Would have been an extra lineman.
Yes, I do think so. Yeah. Next we have Tall Dwarves with no AV, getting a bit beat up in the last game. So
quite a bit beat up.
Yeah, Nigel on Alfie gets there thingy, and MNG on Gretek the beer drinker, and I think Mordor, that's also a new thing, that's minus MA and minus AV on Ulfer the drunk. So quite beat up and not a lot of SPP to show for
he
that.
Did just get the level on that one Ulfwarner, and I believe the Berserker level last game as well, the busted Berserker.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be hard for him because he hasn't been fielding any reserves for any games, I believe, and that's just one of those kind of vicious attrition cycle things with Norse.
Yeah, he does have 80k, so he can get one reserve lineman, or you can get a reserve lineman. That's about it, and he might.
It won't even be a reserve for next game because he's got that missing next game, so he's getting the loaner anyways. He might as well save it.
Yeah. He has quite low team value, only 1090.
Or maybe buy some star players.
Next we have a Girls' Generation, the Kawaii game, Achtung. And I think
they got some levels. What do we got?
Yes, Kwan Yuri got guard. And yeah, she was
annoying on a blodge piece.
Yeah, she's the only one with a good level. I remember she got like 9 or 8 SPP from that game. So yeah.
I hope you have tackle when you play against this team.
Yeah, so 200k in the bank. I have 4 heroes already. So maybe get a bench or stadium.
Yeah, you'd probably take another catcher, another lineman or something.
Yeah. Or what about 2 rerolls?
Living on the edge. I believe they have 4 rerolls. They've already got 4, so they don't need any more.
Do you know of anyone who's ever gone to 8 rerolls?
I'm sure it's been done at one point or another just to prove it could be done.
Yeah. Next we have Smoker Rockers. Or team.
Just leveled up their thrower, got block on there, protect them a little bit.
And if I look there, they do have a missing Black Orc. I'm not sure if that's new.
Yeah, I don't think they lost one this week. No, they did lose one this week. They had a Black Orc death this week.
That is rough.
And it was one who already had block too, for all that work.
That's tough, and you can't replace him. Just 2 little gold. So that is quite rough, considering he only has a level 3 thrower who got block, and he has a Black Hawk with block, but that's all levels he has. He has quite a few players close to him. He has 3 players who are 1 SPP away, 2 that are 3 away, and 1 that is 2 away. So he has quite a few close to it, but missing that Black Hawk is gonna suck.
Yeah, he might be suffering the problem of getting an early agility thrower too, which is that it can be pretty hard to get the ball out of that guy's hands. Be kind of a SPP black hole at that point.
Yeah. Next we have Crusaders of Kaldor. The team that lost 2-0 to Dwarves. And if you look here, he's
picking up leader on the thrower.
That's his names. How do you pronounce him?
Like that guy right there, he's called leader thrower. I think that's what his name says.
Yes, yes, totally. Let's go with that.
And then I think that other one right there, that guy's name, if I squint hard enough, it says strength catcher.
Yeah, so we don't have too many level ups. Just
get the leader, save a little TV, get the leader reroll instead of the team reroll.
Yep. And yeah, if you can get more level ups, this could be, I don't know, it's quite rough last game, losing 2-0 to Wolves. He does have under 30k in the bank. Doesn't look like he's lost anyone. Yeah, he hasn't sustained any deaths, so he has a full roster, but not very skilled roster.
I think of it more like a blank canvas yet to be painted on.
And next we have Leibovitzlobotomize.
Good old humans.
And they took no, I think Aurelian had this AV bust after the first week.
Yes, that is not.
And this is the team that played against the Amazons, and Owl Johnson got mighty blow. And
Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice.
I think Korak's thrower got accurate. And
I believe he already had accurate. I think the Mighty Blow is the only new level, but
yeah,
team's coming along.
Yeah. Not bad. 110k in the bank, so he can replace. Get a few reserves.
Also worth noting, both the level 2 blitzers are only a touchdown away from leveling up to level 3, so
yeah,
just gotta beat them one more score.
Yeah. And last team we have Muted Meatballs, Chaos Dwarves that beat.
Still looking very raw. That's some raw meatballs. It's like that raw hobgoblin.
How do you get SPP spread so evenly almost? Because this is their second game and they still haven't gotten level ups.
Thanos is very egalitarian. He likes to spread the SPP around.
Yeah, if we look here, they won last week's game 2-0, and they lost to Orcs of Letter 2-0. So, kind of a mixed bag, but still, it's like he has 3 players close to leveling up. I mean, I don't know, it's just he's had a good tournament so far, but just not seeing the results turn into SPP.
It's alright. I mean, he's got that many players close to level, you know, they'll all just kind of start happening at once.
Yeah. And if we look at the schedule coming up, we have a Smocker Rockers playing against the Hearts of Oak.
Orcs versus Wood Elves. Might be a rough game for the Orcs. You know, Wood Elves pretty tough to beat at that TV, and they've already got some good skills going on.
Yeah. And then we have Orcs of Letters versus Mad Commando.
The Mad Commando Nurgle. Is it going to be another Nurgle draw?
I don't know, Orcs of Letters have done quite well at scoring so far, so.
It'll be the immovable object versus the unstoppable force with Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah, I think I should just start calling that team the Orcs of Ernest Hemingway.
Yes, he really is the team.
And next we have Leibovitzlobotomizers versus Lizards from Dimension X. Humans versus Lizards.
Versus lizards. The matchup of Trigger.
Yes, sounds like you have lots of experience from that matchup.
Lots of horrible PTSD flashbacks. I just close my eyes and I see the skinks picking up a ball and running through all the tackle zones. And
next we have Mutated Meatballs versus 16 Turns of Headache. That's going to be a very fun game. Chaos Dwarf versus Dwarf.
Everybody loves dwarf on dwarf matchups. That's Blood Bowl at its most exciting and explosive.
Yes, usually I ask everyone to tell me when we're playing. I'm not to be mean, but
don't worry about that one, y'all.
Yeah, chances are very low. Alright, next we have Crusaders of Kaldor versus Garrosh Mosh. So Ogres versus High Elves.
I'm gonna throw down the gauntlet now. Ogres, you need to have more throws than the High Elves this game. More passes.
Yes.
Do not let the High Elves outpass you.
Yes. And the worst thing of a week game that I cast was he didn't even bonehead that much. He only had like 5 boneheads on the Ogres, if I remember correctly. So I don't know what the fuck is his excuse, but I was very disappointed. And my 2 viewers were as well. Yep. So, there's my little rant. But just a bit.
So just a justified rant.
Yeah, just throw more Gobnars. I don't care if you lose, you're not going to win anyway. Just throw them.
You're playing Ogres, this is what you were born to do.
Yes. Next we have Girls' Generation versus Fear the Walking Bread. So Amazons versus Necro.
I don't know. You'd have to favor the Amazons, but I don't know, my gut just tells me that the Necro might sneak away with that one.
Yeah. And
Call it a hunch.
And next we have Tall Dwarves with no AV going against Infame, and if I correctly remember, that is Bretonians versus Norse.
Okay, that might be a decent little bounce back game for the Bretts. They get to play the beat up Norse team. That might be someone they can beat up on a little bit for a change.
Yeah.
Sorry to see the Norse become the divisional whipping boy, but
I mean, Bretonians have to win a game sometime.
Exactly, you're doing community service there.
Hey, and if we look at the leaderboard, we have another 4-way tie. We have Hearts of Oak, Lizards from Dimension X, Orcs of Letters, and 16 Turns of Headache. On 2 wins each. So we have Bulldog, Lizardman, Orc, and Dwarf commanding the top of the table. So that is quite a spread, I must say.
Just off to the races there at the top. You got to keep those wins up if you want to stay up there.
Yeah. And Necro having 2 draws so far, them being the most drawy team. Which means the werewolves haven't done a lot of work.
Well, we got Mighty Blow on one. I'm sure he's
Yeah.
at least fishing for some casualties.
Yes, he is. Okay, so that brings us to the end of week 2 recap. I want to say thank you to everyone who told me about the games happening. The 2 6A games I covered were quite fun to watch, and although I didn't see many thrown Gobnars, the 6B game was okay, I guess. Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Cash, for joining me once again.
My pleasure as well.
Yes, and you are playing a game in about an hour or 50 minutes.
Apparently it's starting right now. I might have had my time zones off.
God damn it, Cash.
Stupid daylight savings. It's not my fault, stupid farmers. With their food and their daylight.
Okay. Well, you probably have to go and... What team are you against? What race are you playing?
I'm playing against just some casual dark elves filled with blage from top to bottom, so...
Oh, you're gonna have a very...
my block dice are kind.
They won't be. Yeah, so
Well, good luck, everybody.
yeah, thank you very much. See you guys next week.
Adios.
Dun, 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 dun.